us?
Jalen Daniels is a dual threat quarterback. Does a great job of getting the ball out of his hands. Can create, can improvise in the pocket. Just the direction that we've went down in our O-line spot. We knew that the pocket passers kind of fading away in football, and Jalen's ability to move and create just enamored us. So being able to go out and see him throw and see how it comes out of his hands and see his leadership ability, I think he had all the service academies after him. There was a reason why all those service academies were after him. He's a really intelligent kid, wanting to be an engineer. So I like coaching kids like that.
How'd you find him?
I followed him in February, and pre-OC days, just would seek after quarterbacks. And back when I was back in the closet with no windows, I would watch quarterbacks all day, and fell in love with his tape, and secretly kept in touch with him, and followed him. And when I finally got the okay to pull the trigger, we went ahead and pulled it.
Coach, what are the particular challenges of evaluating quarterbacks
Oh,
at that age,
man.
considering all the different systems and talent that they have at their disposal?
I've just from the different places I've been at, have come up with a secret formula that I won't give out to anybody that I plug into, and it goes back to my math degree. There's really a grading system that I do that I've been able to come up with that it's a 3, 2, 1, 0 kind of grade scale, and we grade 10 different things from their base in the pocket to their release, to athletic ability, to creating in the pocket, to their completion percentage. All kind of stuff goes into it. So we're looking at all different kind of angles: touchdown to interception ratio, passer efficiency. So we put a lot of work into grading those guys out, and Jalen was really high up that list.
He wasn't a guy who was like publicly committed, earlier. I mean, was there kind of a reason behind that? Maybe trying to keep it under the radar? Or
I think it came down here last minute of him making a decision between a place that he was committed to for a long time, and us battling and fighting for him, and him seeing how much we wanted him. And I think last minute he kind of decided that he wanted to play Big 12 football. So it wasn't that he was committed to us behind the scenes for 2 months or something. It was last minute.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like when he told you?
I got fired up. I almost did a backflip, but I realized I probably would have broke my neck. So, but I was really excited from being able to talk with him and mom and dad, and just to hear their excitement as well. So we've got some players on our team that are from around his area that knew him, that have kind of helped out with finding out info on him as well, and just excited to have him.
Coach Miles kind of indicated that you guys might not be done scoring quarterbacks. I know you can't talk specifics, but is that something you guys are still actively keeping the door open maybe for?
I think anytime a great player opens itself up to you, you take him, no matter if it's a pass rusher, no matter if it's an offensive lineman, usually a tackle, a great corner, or quarterback. Those 4 positions are really, if you can find a game changer, you always take them. So I won't ever say we're out of the market, but it'd have to be the perfect situation for us.
What's the quarterback position look like for 2020? Because I mean, obviously you can't ask a true freshman to come in and take over. Like
we've got 2 guys on roster right now that I think are going to go in and battle it out with McVitie and Miles Kendrick. Find a role for Torrey Laughlin as well. If it's a wildcat role, if it's giving him a shot at true quarterback, if it's moving him to running back full time, as us figuring that role out in the spring for him as well. So those 3 guys really getting after this in the spring ball.
I think Carter suggested he could even play receiver. Is that accurate? I mean, is that out of the mix for Torrey? Carter Stanley mentioned that.
Oh, Torrey.
could
I thought
even
you
play
said
receiver.
that Carter could play receiver.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man,
I don't know about
I don't know if his ability would help us out, and I thought he was out of eligibility too. Torrey's a dynamic athlete. I wouldn't be surprised if Torrey Laughlin couldn't go out and play safety for us, or linebacker for us, or receiver. Just we're going to find ways to get that kid on the field.
But along those lines, you mentioned the guys at those positions that you just take them if you can get them. Are you open to that idea? Is it moving guys around when they get here, even if they come in as a certain position, or is that changing these days?
I mean, it depends on what position and what time of year.
Okay.
You know, coach can talk about the defense side of the ball, but if you can get a left tackle that can be a sure-in left tackle, you take him the day class starts. At the quarterback spot, it's tough to take a kid in August to come in and try to learn a system and try to gel with receivers. So it all depends on what position you're talking about.
Sure.
Coach,
What do you like
Jalen
about-
sent me his stats. 2,000 yards rushing in the last 2 years. Is that something important? Is that something you look for?
You know, I was around a guy named Nick Marshall for 2 years, and those were 2 fun years for me when that guy just made it right all the time. And to have a guy that can move and have a guy that can run, and he's got a thickness to him as well, that he's not a frail kid, so if he needs to put his shoulder down, he does a good job running the football. So that was something that stood out to us.
What do you like about the O-lineman that you guys were able to sign today?
You know, we signed some big kids, got some height in the room, got some massive bodies in the room that's going to help. But also have good feet that show good athletic ability and bend. So I think we were able to get bigger in that room.
What do you think won you guys over for Jalen? What do you think it was about Kansas?
In his mind, I think the good looks of the OC may have helped out. Was one thing. Now, you know, the enamor of playing Big 12 football. I think he loved the RPO system. I think he loved the style of play, the fact that in any moment he saw that we could throw deep shots, and I think you like those things as a quarterback.